What's up, Garage? We're here at the Parker Fieldhouse. What are we doing here?
We're getting ready for Blast, which is on April 1st and 2nd from 8 p.m. to 5.
I'm so excited for Blast. It is my favorite thing of the year. This turf, we play bump soccer with the giant things where you just get to knock people over. We play tournaments. We have all kinds of things. There's food, there's inflatables, there's basketball, there's dodgeball. What else is there?
You're forgetting the most important part, which is the stick and the trick shot.
Oh, the trick shot.
If you get it, which I already know I'm gonna get it, you get $100.
$100 cash? Dang. That's awesome. You could also win a Nintendo Switch. We're raffling that off. We're giving away tons of gift cards and all kinds of prizes. You don't want to miss out. It is the event of the year. There's going to be like 500 middle schoolers crowding this building. It's going to be so much fun. You got to go home and invite all your friends. Go to blastlock-in.com to sign up. It's $30 if you buy pre-sale, $40 at the door. You can sign up now. It's going to be awesome.
I'm gonna be there, so you
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. Savannah's going to be there. I'm going to be there. All your friends are going to be there. Don't miss out. Hey guys, we've got a few more announcements for you, so check these out. For checking out those announcements, guys. We're so excited for what's coming up at Garage.
All right, we're gonna get into some worship, so I need you guys to come to the front of the stage, and we are gonna get high.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, big and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
What's up, guys? Who knew all the movies in that video? Did anybody? No? Okay, yeah, most of you. You did? Good. I know most of them. I didn't know the one with like the skeleton guy that was playing guitar. What's that one? Coco. Yeah, I've never seen that one. I think I know. What? It's really good? And then I've never seen the one with the little kid on the dinosaur's head. I don't know that one either. But it had some really good movies in there like Toy Story and Monsters, Inc. and WALL-E. Those ones I knew. But I didn't know all of them. But I love that video because it's like, it's such a great song, and it's, I don't know, they're just such good movies, right? And it's all about friends, right? And that's the new series we are jumping into tonight, guys. We are going to be talking about friends. But before we do that, we're going to just need everybody to get in a seat, one seat a person. Let's not be sitting on each other's laps. It's kind of weird for everybody. So let's maybe just pick a seat and stay there. That'd be great. Look, you got a whole chair to yourself. All right, thank you. It's a little bit weird. You should stop that. Okay, so we're jumping into this new series tonight called Friends, right? And we're going to be talking about friendships and what good friendships are, what to do with bad friendships, all kinds of stuff like that. But we're just kicking it off this week. So we want to start by just saying, like, aren't friendships important, right? Do you guys like having friends? Yeah? Okay, everybody likes having friends, right? Everybody, whenever you move somewhere new or go somewhere new for the first time, all you can think is, oh, I hope I make friends. I hope I make friends there. I hope my friends come to this, right? Friends are important, right? It's one of the most important things, one of the most important relationships you have, right? There's like your relationship with God, and then maybe your relationship with like your family, your parents, siblings. And then after that, the next most important one is probably your friends, right? Your friends are who you spend your life with. You hang out with them, you go to school with them, you probably play sports with them, you come to garage with them. You do all kinds of things with your friends, right? It's super important. And everybody kind of has friends, right? Everybody can make friends. And if you don't have friends, come talk to me. I'll help you make some. Friends are great. You should get some, okay? You want to make new friends? Perfect. We'll talk about that. Oh, that's sad. But I've had a lot of friends over the years, right? Different friends, good friends, bad friends. Friends kind of come and go, right? That's the reality of friendships is they come and go. Sometimes you'll have a friend who's like your best friend for like 10 years or something, or maybe you've known some kid since preschool. And then sometimes you'll have a friend who you're kind of friends with for like maybe a semester, right? Maybe you're in your English class, you're really good friends in that class, and then after English is over, you're kind of not friends anymore, right? Friends come and go, they're in and out of your life constantly, but they're really important, right? And they're really important for a handful of reasons, right? Your friends are gonna shape who you become, right? If I look back at my friends, I can see how different friends I've had have influenced who I am, right? So I like to do lots of different things, and I've liked to do different things, had different hobbies throughout my life. And a lot of times my hobbies have been influenced by the friends I had, right? When I was in elementary school, I just moved to Colorado in 3rd grade, and I made some friends. Their names were Travis and Cameron. They were pretty cool. And they really liked like Nerf guns and like Legos like any good 3rd grader does. So, and I didn't really have either of those before then. So then all of a sudden, I got into Legos and Nerf guns like a good 3rd grader should. And I was super into that. And then I got into middle school, and I made some new friends. And those friends really liked playing basketball and going airsofting. If you don't know what airsofting is, it's like paintball. Yeah, you guys airsoft? Yeah. It's pretty fun. I got really into that because I made a couple new friends, Brayden and this kid named CJ. They really liked to do that stuff. So I'd go hang out with them, and we would do that. And then I got into high school, and I made some new friends. And some of those friends, you know, would take me to do certain things. Sometimes I got really into like watching sports in high school, right? I got really into the Nuggets and the Broncos because my friends were huge fans of them. So I became a huge fan because that's just what happens. When your friends like to do something, you usually just kind of start doing it, right? And then after that, in high school, I had some friends who they probably influenced me to make some pretty bad choices, right? Some dumb decisions to do things that I probably shouldn't have done. I probably wouldn't have done if they didn't influence me to do them. And then after that, you know, I had friends in high school, and then some of them kind of moved on, and they went to different schools and stuff. And I made new friends again, and I got new hobbies again, right? I had friends who liked to play disc golf, and like my friend Jack, you guys know Jack, he likes to play real golf, so I started to pick up some of those hobbies. And I had some friends who liked to play instruments, so I started learning to play some instruments and different things like that, right? My hobbies were always influenced by whatever my friends liked to do. I kind of was just like, you know, I have my hobbies that I like, but I was always looking to pick up new hobbies to do things and spend time with my friends, right? And not only are our hobbies influenced by our friends, but other things were influenced by my friends too, right? My personality traits, my mannerisms, my word choice, all kinds of things like that. Even my character itself was influenced by the friends I had, right? In high school, I had some friends at school that were like not great influences on me, right? The more time I spent with them, the worse like language I had. I would use bad words and stuff like that. But then, you know, I had other friends who would influence me in different ways, right? I had some friends who were really sarcastic. Like my sister, the more time I spent with my sister, the more and more sarcastic of a person I become because that's just who she is. She's really sarcastic and it kind of rubs off on me, right? your interests, your character traits, all that stuff you will get from your friends, okay? So no matter who you're spending your time with, they're influencing you in some way, right? You become like who you spend time with. Whoever you're spending time with, you're becoming like them, right? So as we're going to go through this a little bit tonight, I want you guys right now to stop and just think in your head to yourself, who are my 5 closest friends in my life? Who are the 5 people I'd consider my closest friends, the people I spend the most time with, and stuff like that, right? Think about it in your head. Think if you can list them, right? For me, it would be like, let's see, Peter, David, Jet, Noah, Dom. Those are my 5, right? The 5 people you spend the most time with, that you hang out with the most, who are influencing who you become. Think about who they are, and then just take a second and think about kind of what they're like, what they talk like, what they act like, and just think about that for 1 10-second period. Ready? Go. 10, 9. You're supposed to think in your heads. Shh. If you don't have 5 friends, the question's right there. You're supposed to think about it. Think, who are my 5 closest friends in my life right now? Okay? You're thinking about it. It's probably pretty easy for most of you. You're like, the 5 people I hung out with in the last week. Those are probably your 5 closest, right? So I say to think about your 5 closest friends because every study on this in the world says you become like the sum of your 5 closest friends. The 5 people who are influencing you the most, if you take the sum of those people, that's what you're going to become. You're going to pick up on their mannerisms, their habits, their words, their actions. You're going to become like a mix of your 5 closest people, right? And you all have someone influencing you, right? Even if you think like, oh, my friends aren't influencing me, the reality is they are. And you can even see it in the little things like the way you talk, the way you dress, the littlest things that you probably wouldn't notice. If you start to look, you're like, huh, me and my 5 closest friends, we all kind of dress the same way. We all kind of talk the same way. We all kind of like the same things. That's because you're becoming like who you're spending time with. Whoever you're around, you become like them, right? So, and that's not something like new or anything like groundbreaking that we've just figured out, right? There's this verse in 1 Corinthians that we're going to look at tonight where Paul kind of tells these people about the same idea of like, think about who you're spending your time with. It's kind of the idea he's getting at to these Corinthians. So we're going to read this. If you can see, it's kind of hard to read, I know, but the green word is the one you're going to read this time, okay? The green one. So it says, don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad corrupts good. That was pretty good, but you guys got to be like a little more in sync. So we're going to try again. For bad corrupts good. That was good. Good job. Think carefully about what is right and stop sinning. For to your shame, I say that some of you don't know God at all. Right? Paul is telling these people, these Christians, he says, you need to be aware that bad company corrupts good character. So he says, even if you're a good person and you're a really strong believer and you're doing the right things and you're just a good person and you're hanging out with bad people, he said, it's going to corrupt your character, right? And I kind of have like a little thing to show you guys to explain this a little better. So we're going to take this cup up here, this little fancy glass cup, and this is going to be you, okay? Imagine that you are this cup, okay? And this blue water represents good character. This is you. You're a good person. Look at that. That's a little bit much. It smells kind of funny. I'm not going to drink it. Okay. I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right, so that's you, okay? This is you. Think of this as you. You are a good person. That's why you're blue, okay? Now, these are your friends, okay? This is Jimmy, your first friend. This is Billy. This is Johnny. This is Bob. And this is Phil, okay? Those are your 5 closest friends, right? Now, let's say your friends, okay, so Johnny, he's not a great influence. He has a really bad sailor's mouth, right? He says lots of bad words. And Phil over here, Phil is not great either. Phil vapes a lot, and he's always trying to make you vape. Timmy is always getting in trouble at school. He's just not a great guy. This guy, he's pretty good, but he really just likes to gossip about everybody, right? I don't remember his name, okay? And then Billy Bob Joe over here, he is just, what? This one was, okay, well, whatever her name is, Sharon over here is really just a bad person, okay? What? Patricia? All right, Patricia's just not great. So these are your 5 closest friends. and you're a really great kid, right? You have good character. But then, you hang out with Bill here, and he starts to gossip, and you start to partake. And so you get a little bit of Bill, and you become like Bill. And then you get a little more of your other friend, and you become a little more like them. And now you're not looking, let's see how you were supposed to look originally. You were supposed to look like this, right? When you had good character, that's how you looked. Now, you don't really look like bad character. You don't really look like good character. You kind of look like mud, right? You kind of look nasty, gross. That's not purple. It's more like brown. No, trust me. If you can see from where I see it, it's brown. It's brown, okay? Don't worry about it. It's brown. It's brown. Brown. I don't know. It's brown. Trust me. It's brown, okay? This is what happens when all these people are your bad character, right? They kind of destroy the good character that you had, right? But the reality is you're probably not, I doubt all your friends are bad influences on you, right? You probably have some good friends, and then maybe you've got a couple bad friends. So let's say, you've got these 3 friends over here, and then you got 2 bad friends that maybe are not, they're not necessarily bad people or anything. They just make really bad choices, or they're just kind of like, they're just not great, They're not bad people, but they're not the best for you. Maybe, like I said, maybe, Patricia over here is constantly gossiping, right? Patricia, yeah. And then Sheldon over here is just always trying to get you to vape and do bad things. No, he changed names. And then Phil, Johnny, and Billy over here, maybe these friends, what? They can have whatever names I want them to have. They're my friends. There are more than one Johnny in the world. Yeah. All right, they're my friends, not yours, so they can be whatever I want them to be. So, you've got a couple good friends. Maybe this guy brings you to garage. That, you pour some of that in there, you get more blue. That's cool. You get even more blue. What? No. This isn't us anymore. We've moved on. This guy's gone, okay? That version of you's gone. No, sit down. No, you can't drink it. It's poison. No. Stop. Okay, listen up. Sit down. Sit. No, you can't drink it. It's not good for you. Why do you want to drink it? You guys are psychos, okay? This is your bad friend who tells you to drink poison like Aaron over there, okay? He tells you to drink poison, and then, oh, no. See, even if you have one bad friend in your 5, it's going to change who you are. It's going to corrupt your good character, right? And now that you're looking like this, right, you're going to go and you're going to talk to your friend Billy, and now you've corrupted him too. And maybe you've corrupted him and him. And now, even though you had some good friends, your 1 or 2 bad friends has influenced all of you to become bad, right? He's corrupted all the good character that you did have into bad character. That's what happens when you have some friends who are influencing you the wrong way, the ways you don't want to go, right? You probably started out and you were thinking, oh, I've got my 3 good friends, my church friends maybe, or my friends who are, nice people. And then, yeah, I'm sure I've got a couple of friends who are not great, but, I don't think they're influencing me badly that much, right? And then over time, they start to influence you to do 1 or 2 things, or to start changing how you talk. You start finding yourself, being mean to other people, or cussing kids out, and doing things like that, doing things you never would have done before with your other friends, but now they've influenced you. And now the 3 of them, you're going to influence the rest of your friends to do bad things, right? Because, like Paul says, bad company corrupts good character. Even if your character was really good, if you're in bad company, it's going to corrupt you eventually. It will always catch up to you, right? The goal of friendships is actually something totally different, right? The goal would be, if you're over here, and this is you, and you have good character, and then this is your friend who's really cool. His name's Timmy. Timmy over here is also really cool. And when he hangs out with you, he just adds more good character to you. And then when you hang out with him, you add more good character to him, right? That's the goal. Hey, boys, right here. Can you be quiet? Thanks. All right, so that's the goal, right? You're going to pour more good character into them, and they're going to pour more good character into you. And you're going to grow together, right? There's a proverb about friendship, and it says, as iron sharpens iron, so one friend sharpens another, right? As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend, okay? Do you want to say it? Okay, well, last time you didn't do a very good job. So as iron sharpens iron, so A sharpens A. Good. That was a really good time. You did great. So as iron sharpens iron, a friend sharpens a friend. That's the goal of friendship. You want to sharpen each other, right? And what that means is help each other grow and become more good, right? You don't want to corrupt each other by doing bad things and influencing your friends in bad ways. You want to grow together, right? We want to grow as friends, right? Your friends should make you a better person, right? They should encourage you to be nicer to other people. They should encourage you in your faith. They should encourage you in your sports, in your school, whatever you're going through. You shouldn't feel like when you're around your friends, it's a discouraging time and you feel like you have to be someone fake when you're around your friends, right? They should be helping you grow as a person and helping you become better, right? So if you really think about those 5 people I asked you about earlier, if you think about those 5, right? Go through the list in your head, right? Or maybe even write it down if you're taking notes or something. Write down that list of friends and go through and say, are these people making me better or are they dragging me down? Are they pulling me towards who I want to become or are they pulling me away from it, right? Because your friends are either influencing you in a positive way or a negative way, right? And even if you don't realize it, they are influencing you, right? Your friends are changing how you act, how you talk, who you become. And are you okay with what that's going to look like? If you look at your 5 closest friends and you think, do I want to become like that in the future, right? Do I want to become how they are? If the answer is no, then you've got an issue, right? If the answer is no, I don't want to be anything like my friends. They're mean people, they're nasty, they get caught up in bad things, or they're constantly gossiping about people, they're constantly putting other people down, they're constantly being mean to people. If that's what you see when you look at your 5 closest friends, then you probably have an issue, right? You probably need to do something about that. You need to make some good friends. And we're going to talk more about how to make good friends next week and what a good friend truly looks like. But for this week, just think about, what are your friends influencing you to become? Who are you becoming because of the people around you? Because you become like who you spend time with, right? Whoever you're spending time with, that's who you become like, right? If I spend lots of time with Jack, then I'm going to be a little more crazy because he's crazy, right? I'm going to become a little more crazy, and I'm probably going to start liking golf more because that's who Jack is, right? If I spend a lot of time with Andy, I'm going to become more like Andy. That means I'm going to get smarter because Andy's a genius, okay? So you become like who you spend time with, right? So if we choose to actually care about who the 5 people that are pouring into our lives are, if you actually care about who you're becoming, and you actually take a look at those 5 people that are influencing you, and you start to think, okay, do I want them to be influencing me? And if the answer is no, then that's okay. You know what? You don't have to go to them and be like, hey, we're not friends anymore. You can just kind of let that friendship fade to the back a little bit, right? Like we talked about at the beginning, friends come and go in your life. That's always going to be the case. Friends will always come and go. Maybe you pour more of your time and more of your focus into a friend that's helping you grow your relationship with God and growing to be a better person and making better decisions and being the person you want yourself to become, right? Surround yourself with the people that you want to become like. Because like we said, as iron sharpens iron, one person sharpens another. So if you're not getting sharpened by someone you want to become like, then you're going to become like what you don't want to be. And nobody wants to be who they don't want to be, because that just wouldn't make sense, right? But if we start to actually care about this, we can start to build each other up, right? If we all commit to not only thinking about who's influencing us, but there's a flip side to that, right? And that's realizing that you're influencing your friends, right? You're probably in someone's 5 closest friends, right? You might be in more than 5 people's. Maybe you got a lot of friends. So you're probably influencing someone. And think about, how are you influencing them, right? Are you influencing them in a positive way or a negative way? Are you pulling them away from God and away from positive things? Or are you building them up? Are you encouraging them? Are you helping them become the better version of themselves? That's what you got to think about when you think about friendship, right? Because we all want friendships like that video at the beginning, right? We all want a friend like Sully and like Wally and like, Mike Wazowski, right? We want those friends because we see what they do. They encourage each other. They build each other up. They grow together. They become stronger, and they become best friends that they can rely on each other, And that's the only way you're going to get that, is if you start to really evaluate your friendships and realize, are my friends people who are dragging me down? Am I spending time with bad company that's corrupting my character? Or am I spending time with good company that is, helping me grow and grow in my good character? So that's kind of the start where we're going to go. Next week, we're going to hear from Savannah about how to start a good friendship and what a good friendship looks like. So if you don't have any good friends right now and you're thinking like, all my 5 friends are pretty bad, I don't know what to do about that, Savannah's going to kind of help us. How do we evaluate what a good friendship could be or what it could look like? And we'll get into that. And then we'll talk about, after that, we're going to talk about what do we do with those bad friends? Like if you evaluate your 5 and you're like, I have some really bad friends. They're like toxic friends. We're going to talk about how to deal with that. What do we do about that? How do we do that in like a God-honoring way without just being like a jerk to them, right? So that's kind of where we're going with this series. So we're going to pray it out and just spend some time this week thinking about who are the 5 people who are most influencing your life, okay? Pray with me. Dear Lord, we want to thank you for this night. We want to thank you for bringing us all here safely, and we thank you that we could still have garage. We pray that everybody gets home safe in the snow, and we thank you for giving us friendships and giving us relationships with people. We thank you that not only do we have you as our best friend that is always there for us and always a good influence in our lives, but you've also blessed us with relationships with so many other people who can build us up and encourage us in our faiths. We ask that you would just help us to encourage one another in our faiths and grow as a community closer to you. We pray all these things, and everybody said, amen. All right, guys, 2 things we say every week. You are loved and prayed for, and you are accepted here just as you are. Go in peace. Have a good night. No, you cannot drink this water.